Okay, all, welcome to another Scrapping Irish Scrapping Out in the shed. So let me just make sure everything is live, because again, I am live on TikTok as well again. So yes, I'm live on the YouTube side. Everything seems to be okay there. And I am just checking TikTok side to make sure everything is live on that side. I presume I'm live. I'm not sure. Let me have a look at the TikTok. Is there anyone in? No one in yet. It just says I'm live. Keep going. You're letting your viewers know you're live. Okay, so TikTok is letting people know I'm live. So I'm live there on TikTok side, and I am live on the YouTube side. So we'll say a few highs to anyone that's been in so far. So Chuck Fan and HH Recycling are the first two people in so far in YouTube. And I don't think I have anyone in on TikTok yet, have I? No, I don't have anyone in on the TikTok. So anyhow, we'll get moving on it. So what am I doing on the live tonight? Well, I'm showing a couple weeks ago, you would have seen in some of the videos I've already done that I took apart these hard drives. And now the next stage is what you do with them then to get the best value from them. So what I do with them is I strip them out and make them as clean as possible. Something like that, so that when you get your magnet, it's not going to stick to the aluminium. So you want something like that that's nice and clean, nothing in the center. So how do I get to that stage? Well, this is how I do it. Again, we've one here that's looks fairly clean, but again, there's a few bits and pieces here that need to be cleaned off if you're going to be doing them. Okay. Something happening on here. I don't know what this is about. Okay, and I'm just sorry. I was just doing something there on TikTok. I don't know what popped up there. Something about branding. I'm not branding, not trying to sell anything. But anyhow, I thought I was. So anyhow, this is what I'm working on, the hard drives. So to get the best value for them, you're going to have to make sure they're very clean for most scrap yards. So to do that, I'll be using a knife just to clear off as much of this as possible. Let's see, we have someone in there in Cumberland Met joined. So welcome in, good to see you. And Tanzel Ahmad, welcome in as well on TikTok side. On the YouTube side, we still have Bruce Napier's just after joining in. What is broken reverse vending machine and an absolute action thing. Scrap and salvage, welcome in. So I'm going to use a knife, and that's why I've got the gloves on. So just for safety reasons. So again, to make sure that you get the best value from anything that you're bringing to scrapyard, try and remove as much of anything that is not of metal value. They want that taken off. So again, anything that was something like that, you will be okay with. Again, it's not a major thing. Just there was sometimes there can be a little bit of strip of metal in there or something like that, but on this one there isn't. So again, that one there I don't need to do much on. Hard drive, non-magnetic, so nice clean aluminium. So these ones here that you can see I'm working on, is they've got little gold pins that I will be taking off for gold recovery. So we've got the little gold pins that I want to get off. This center part will have to come out. Now I'm not going to do it on this video, the center part, because that involves putting it on a vise and hitting it with a hammer and knocking it out. But I will put a little short up at some stage, or a little TikTok video on how to get that out. It'll be very straightforward. But for now, I'm just going to be removing any of the stuff like this. So again, I'll get my knife and see if I can just remove in under here, if it can be done. Easy enough. If not, I'll have to get a chisel and other pliers and stuff to it. But that's what I'm going to have to do. So as you can see, that's not going to break off easy. So we'll go for our chisel, which is up here. Let me see if anyone's saying anything on either side. No one. Everyone's just doing no. Okay. So again, we try and remove it as best we can without banging everything around the place, because sometimes at this time of night, I don't want to. It's gone after 8 p.m. here in the evening, so I don't want to make too much noise for the neighbours to be giving out that I'm making too much noise out in the shed. So it's just a matter of trying to get these plastic bits and pieces out. Any way you can get them out. It doesn't matter how you get them out, just get them out, because you don't want them to downgrade you at the scrapyard. If you're going to bring in these to the scrapyard, again, I'm not going to bring in these to the scrapyard. I plan on melting these, and maybe, there we go. So here we have our little gold pins in there. If you can see the gold pins. So it's just straightforward. Put them gold pins to a side, and there will be gold recovery on them at some stage. I'll get around to gold recovery. So again, any other bits and pieces that can be knocked out of it, take it out now, because again, if you don't, you will be downgraded. Now again, you can see in here, there is two little bits. I don't know, can you see it in there, the color of the copper? There's two little things of copper. So when I do come to knocking out this center part in here, again, I'll show this on the Tik Tok side. So there is some copper in here, and possibly some brass as well. So again, when you get to knocking out these center parts, that is magnetic, as I'll show you here. So the magnet will stick to the things. That's magnetic. That has to come out. And then I will get any bits of copper or brass that are in there. Something like, again, there's one here that you can see a bit better. So again, you can see the brass in here in the center. There's a little bit of brass, and then this side is magnetic. So it's a matter of knocking them out, usually with a punch it down through, get a vise, hold it in, and knock it out with that. Now, another thing that you're looking for to take off to make sure that you don't lose. Hey, Shark Scrapper, welcome in, good to see you. To make sure that you don't lose the value is always remove these little gold flashed ribbon wire or connector wires that's on here, because again, that's gold. It's only little bits of gold on there, but it will be the same as what you, when you're doing your ram fingers, taking the gold, you can get the gold off them the exact same way. Copper chloride, straightforward. And again, if you don't have nitric acid, you can just use your HCl and bleach to dissolve down the gold into solution, drop it out the same way you would as if you had used nitric acid. Probably the advantage of the bleach is that it doesn't need to be denoxed, because a bit of heat will get rid of any excess chlorine that's been left over. So it is straightforward to get rid of it, and it's a lot more easier to do. So again, you can see here, I'm just showing on the Tik Tok side, guys, the gold foils here. So very easy to get off. Usually a knife, and I usually cut the ribbon wire somewhere around here, and then I try and put my knife underneath once I've done that. And again, it's a bit awkward because I have my phone on for the Tik Tok side, so it makes it a little bit harder to get in over the phone. So hopefully, if I do get to 1,000 Tik Tok followers, I'll be able to put it all on the one camera, and then I won't have to be using my phone and my my main camera. So once you get that lifted there, it's just a matter of lifting off. It's just, there we go. So again, then you can see there for the YouTube side, if I can, hold on, we'll put it on my glove. So you can see there the gold foils, I put them aside. Same here for Tik Tok, you can see there the gold little foils. So very easy, just put them into a little jar. When you're doing your gold fingers from RAM or whatever, then they can be done the same way. So I'll just remove the rest of this tape. Again, this foil here, actually, what we're talking about, you can see here there's some foil around here. Some scrapyards don't mind if that's still left on. Some scrapyards will ask for it to be completely clean to get the highest value. So that's very easy to get off. It's just something like a screwdriver, push it out and just peel it off. It just peels off. It's just a piece of foil on it. So it's very easy to get it off. It doesn't take much effort at all. And again, I just pull the rest of this off if I can. This bit of plastic here, actually, that's over it sometimes can be a bit hard. And what you might need to do again is get the chisel and chisel that bit out on it. So again, we'll try and get the chisel in under it. I usually have a smaller chisel for this, but I don't see it near me at the moment. So it can be a bit hard. So we'll try with the knife, actually. It might be easier with the knife. So again, if you're messing with these knives, have gloves on, guys. you don't want to get a knife stuck in because it's very easy to slip. Actually, get a Stanley blade. Who's this guy? Carol, welcome in. Good to see you. Paul Frost, welcome in. Good to see you. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to catch up on the chat there because once you start talking about what you're doing and stuff like that. So how many of you guys in the chat actually do gold recovery, or how many will go to this effort of cleaning your hard drives? Do you sell the hard drives as they are? I know a lot of board sort will buy the hard drives as they are with the boards and everything on. Some people will take the boards off and just sell the boards and then strip them down like I do. Again, here in Ireland, I try and recover the gold from the boards myself. I don't have anyone really to sell to. I'm sure if I looked hard enough, there's someone out there, but I like to have a go at doing these things myself. Sometimes they work out, and other times it doesn't. So, like, this is slow, tedious work, but I like to leave this sort of stuff for the winter. So when you're doing this over the winter, so again, I just pull off any of them little bits of gold that you can get off. They'll all add up at the end of the day. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. Hi, Carl. Just people talking to each other. I was selling them after removing the boards, but now sure what I'll be doing in my new location. Yeah, so if anyone hasn't seen Shark's last video, he is got a new, well, I don't want to say he's got a new location. That's up to him to say if he's got the new location or not. Shark, have you got the new location? Have we I know the answer, but it's up to Shark to tell people if he wants to. Maybe he has a video out already and I haven't watched it yet. I know he went to look at a location, but has he got it done? All good, Paul. Recovering. Let me see. If I had a better shop back when I was when I scrapped, I would have cleaned the HDD bases, but after scrapping zone, I just not designed for that. Yeah, well, again, you don't need much space for this kind of thing. Just checking TikTok in case anyone else has come in. Josh was the last person that came in there. So that said hi anyhow that came in. There might be other people come in. Again, I'm only doing the TikTok because I need to do so many lives to keep it as a function on my TikTok. So, but hopefully eventually if I get to 1,000, I'll be able to link them together and we'll have on both sides. So again, that's my little bit of gold thing. Throw that into the copper chloride when you're doing your ram fingers. It'll come off. You can do your pins in copper chloride. So again, you don't just have to do ram in copper chloride. And again, to try and get this bit of plastic off, because no, it's not going to make a difference to me, because if I'm melting this down, the plastic will just come out in the dross. But I don't want to. I want to make it as clean as possible so there's less stuff coming out. So it's just a matter of breaking these off. As you can see, it's just like a plastic that'll break off. It's like a waxy sort of plastic. So again, chisel usually does it if you have a sharper chisel. And again, because I'm putting force on it, make sure you have gloves. Don't do any of this carry on unless you want to donate some blood to the scrap gods. Then fire ahead. So slow, tedious work, but winter work. Anyone else joined in? User 47697938117 has joined over on TikTok side. So welcome in. Good to see you. I am live on YouTube for any TikTokers that want to check me out on YouTube. I am live. Scrapping Irish again is there. So again, that's probably as clean as I'm going to bother with this one. And eventually I'll have to knock out that bit of brass out of there. So we'll have a little bit of brass. And this side is just steel. The rest then will be aluminium. That'll be melted down. I hope to do some aluminium bars, which my plan will be eventually, if I do these aluminium bars, maybe sell them on eBay for crafts to generate a bit more money, because I see on eBay and places like that these people that use aluminium for doing crafts and stuff buy it, and they pay more than scrap value on it, a lot more. So I've seen stuff up there for 3 times the price of what you'd get in a scrapyard for aluminium, as long as you have pure in pure form for them. and in something like 1 pound bars or maybe 1 kg bars, people will pay that little bit extra for it, and they'll use it when they're doing their crafts. So it is something to check out. Let me see, there's a few more people coming in there. So Angel Lewis, welcome in, good to see you. Thanks for liking the live. I like that. I appreciate you dropping in. So then again, we have these small little hard drives. You would have seen that I took these apart on a previous video, previous live. So if you want to go back and see what other valuable materials that can be taken off, especially for gold recovery, that to hold on to. I don't think I have any of the boards here, do I? Well, here I have a full one here that I haven't taken apart yet. So again, you can see here, for the people who mightn't have watched that video, the reason I take them off is for these gold pins, and you will have chips on the other side of these boards. Now, again, if you're in America and you don't want to go messing with acids and you want to get the most value from your material, I'm not promoting board sort, but they seem to be one of the best payers out there, and they seem to be a very good company to deal with. Shark Scrapper can vouch for dealing with them, that they are very good. He said, there can be a few issues on stuff sometimes, but again, it's like anything, everything, some won't run forward all the time, straightforward. So Dolly, welcome in, good to see you on the TikTok side. Thanks for joining the live. Appreciate it. Let me see what people are saying here on the YouTube side. All good, Paul. You'll have to work and see. You'll have to wait and see. Scrapping Irish. Okay. Wood. Let me see what else. Scrap. Sharp chisels and razor knives are awesome combination for future blood donations. Yeah. So wear the gloves. I just see people on YouTube videos with sharp knives and the knife slipping, and next thing they're cutting their finger. So make sure you have gloves on, especially with the sharp knife. Sometimes I forget to put gloves on. I don't have them on all the time, and I make mistakes, same as everyone else, and I have war wounds to prove it. But yeah, so this is what I was saying about the hard drive. Sorry, I get distracted sometimes reading and forget what I was talking about. So the boards, guys, is something another thing that's a good seller on for people who like to do eBay and stuff like that is the actual platters. Some people try and recover the platinum for them. I don't think it's something I'm going to be looking at. But the platters are one good thing. But also, I see people up there selling these on eBay. People buy them. I don't know what they use them for. It's not something I do try and sell. But these neodymium magnets could be another good source of income from the hard drives. Try and maximize your most income if that's what you're trying to do. So these little magnets, these neodymium magnets, as you can see, these are one pile that I have that I've taken from hard drives that I've been taking apart lately. There's another big pile of them, and I've another pile somewhere else as well. I'm just looking to see. So it's very handy to have on your van if you're going around collecting metals as well. Just have one stuck somewhere so you can check and see if something is aluminium or it's steel or whatever. At least you know by having one of them. So it is a straightforward thing to hold on to. So I hold on to them, but I don't know why, because I don't know, will I try selling them at some stage on eBay? People do have them on eBay for sale as well. So okay, so back to where I was here. So now we're back onto these smaller ones I was on about. So these can be a bit more difficult to get them little colored gold flashed on them. So again, the knife is your buddy, and it's to try and get that knife in underneath to just start to peel it. Sometimes if you start up here where it is kind of soldered on, if you can try and just break this just enough with the knife to try and get in under there. So it can be a bit difficult, but and then if we can try and peel in underneath. So sorry if I'm blocking on TikTok with my hand because my camera's in, I'm leaning over. So if we can just get it lifted, if you can get just one corner lifted, enough with the knife, just to get it peeled up a bit, and then I'll try and grab it with a long nose pliers or something like that if we can get enough of it to get a grip, and then might be able to peel some of it off. So there, again, comes off in little bits, so you can see a little bit of gold there on that, tiny bits, but throw them in the acid, and you'll have gold floating around in your copper chloride before you know it. Very easy to use. Again, if you're not sure how to make copper chloride, I do have videos up on my YouTube channel that shows how I make the copper chloride for things. So if you just Google Scrapping Irish copper chloride on YouTube, you will find the video of how I make my copper chloride. So these small ones can be very painful to do, and again, you have to have patience for this sort of stuff. So I do understand how the likes of Shark and Ewaste Mike and these guys who are doing this for a living don't bother taking all this effort. Just sell the hard drives as are to board sort and go for it. But again, as Shark said, he may start to break stuff down a little bit more. Okay, so we've got in underneath the ribbon wire there, and we just pull that off. So again, nice little bit of gold there on there. And again, it's for my guys on TikTok. There we go again, another little bit of gold. So a few more people. Kay has joined. Alex Keane has joined. Here to be nosy has joined, and Dragmore Modoff has joined. I'm sorry if I pronounce your names wrong, but I appreciate you dropping in. Hit the like if you don't mind on YouTube and on TikTok. Would appreciate it. Let's see what's happening on the old YouTube site. I keep those mags all over the place to check metals. Yeah, it's very good for doing that. Patrick Williams, welcome in. Thanks for dropping in. Carol is saying hi to everyone. Let me go back on the chat on YouTube, because I was doing a few bits there and talking, and I wasn't reading what was happening. What's called there, Shark has put in on the YouTube side. HDD boards non-SATA is $14.25 a pound at board sort at the moment, so that's good. HDD boards low grade or SATA connected is $7 a pound. So again, you can decide, guys, is that something, take the boards off and sell the boards and then strip down the rest of this to the aluminium. Is that something that's viable for you to do or not? Let me have a go down here and see if anyone else is saying anything. Paul is just saying hi to thing, and that's it. Okay, so let me check on the TikTok side in case anyone has said anything. So Helen has joined. Let me see. Bridget Murphy has joined. 1234 has joined. Into Ireland has joined. Okay, so welcome in, guys. Thanks for dropping in. Hit the like if you don't mind. So again, the bigger one, another one here, fairly straightforward. Again, just get the knife in under here, and again, I'll hold all these, and you will see at some stage where I'll be doing ram fingers again. I will be putting these in with the ram fingers, so just get the most out of it. So just pull them off. It's very easy once they start to lift, and there we go again. So very easy. Little bit of foil, you can just about see the dots there, the gold on that, and I'll show the guys on TikTok. So again, got your gold foils there, and you'll be able to remove them with the copper chloride. So for gold recovery, need a lot of stuff. Again, people see this e-waste carry on and they go, oh, I'll get a lot of money, or I'll make money from these gold recovery things. You need a lot of e-waste to make it viable, and the quickest way of making the money is find a buyer that'll pay you more for the material than what it cost you. So if you're getting it free, then it's going to be very easy to make money on it. If you're having to buy it, be careful buying it, guys, because you have to make sure that you have a buyer that'll pay you more than what you paid for it, and you don't have to do a lot of work with it to make your money on it. Sometimes you might have to clean it up a bit, remove stuff, cut ends off things before they'll pay you for it. So make sure you just do that. So what has everyone been scrapping out while we're talking here on YouTube? So that's why, see how that slipped in under my hand? If I wasn't wearing gloves, that could have gone into my hand. So again, I've just removed that. A little bit of, for TikTok, a little bit of gold foil there, very tiny bit, and the same here for there. So again, I'm just removing them mainly tonight, and I will have a a little short where I'll punch out these brass bits in the center and remove this as well. So to increase the value, again, I remove these white bits that are in here because when I'm melting these down eventually, the less stuff I have in there, the less cleaning up or the purer my metal will be at the end, and the less cleaning and less dross has to be removed. So just clean it up. Again, I'll knock out this little bit of foil that's here by just shoving a screwdriver through. Usually breaks it, and then just peel that off, and we're nearly, and just to knock out that center bit, and then we have a nice clean piece of aluminium that's going to be ready for melting or selling to your scrapyard to increase the value of it. So they're very, very easy to do. Some of them have gold pins, as I said, like that one had, and you can see in under there, as I was saying already, it looks like there's some copper. It's very hard to see, but you can see the color copper there. So it does look like there's some copper in there on it. So it looks like there's a little bit of copper in there. So you can get your little bit of copper wire as well. So don't forget to look for that stuff on it. So again, anyone new that's coming into TikTok there, if you're not already following my channel, please do. And if you want to check me out on YouTube as well. On just Google Scrapping Irish and you'll find me over there on the YouTube side. Let me see what's happening on YouTube side at the moment. I'm going to head off. Truck Fan has to head off for a while, so off you go, Truck Fan. Take it easy. LED lights today, video up soon, guys. So Patrick Williams has done some LED lights on his channel, and with LED lights in aluminium. Yeah, it's good aluminium on them LED lights. Nice chunky pieces of aluminium on the back to help get the heat away from the LED lights quickly. Patrick, how is your returnables going? So if anyone doesn't know, in our Truck Fan on the YouTube side, he goes around collecting cans and bottles in his country, and he brings them back for money in returnables. What called is there's someone on TikTok just having a shit for themselves. So fair play to them. There's always one. Has to be done. The too much information, but you know, if you want to share it, share it. Again, you obviously don't realise I don't care. I just put up, it's not racist. I don't mind. So again, these small ones are very difficult to take off. Let me lock the knife again because it's moving. Okay, so just remove there and then in under here. So this is what I do quiet evenings when there's nothing on the TV or I have nothing else I wish to break down. I'll come out here and peel off them and clean up the thing. So again, I'll remove, when I punch out the center part of this, I'll remove, I won't bother removing that bit there because this is just going to be steel that's in there. So it's not going to make any difference on the shred price if you're putting them in for steel on them. So again, some of them will have a bit more foil that has to be removed. So just punch that out, remove it. James Brown, maybe you need to see a doctor. Maybe you need to see a doctor. Or maybe look at a YouTube channel there or a TikTok channel that might give you advice on how to solve that little problem you're having there. Eat more fibre. That might solve your problem. Let's see what's happening on over on YouTube. Just a few people chatting among each other. So that's kind of it. That's all I wanted to really show tonight, guys. It was going to be a short video tonight because I just wanted to show how I clean up these hard drives for gold recovery material. Also, just to make sure you get the most amount of value from it if you're going to be bringing them to the scrapyard. Again, if you're going to be melting them down yourself, you want to make sure they're as clean as possible. Remove any little bits. There's a little bit here that needs to be removed. Where's my long nose pliers? A little bit of plastic here on it that just needs to be removed. So it's just any of that plastic stuff and stuff like that. Just remove it so that it means if you're melting them, you're not melting plastic in with your metal, contaminating it, and then you have a better way. Maybe if you want to sell that after you melt it down, collect it up. Some people store the metals. Again, once you melt this into bars, a lot of scrapyards don't want it, don't want to go near it. So again, if you're going to be doing that and thinking about selling it to your scrapyard, so that's copper or aluminium bars, check with your scrapyard first. See, will they buy them? If they say no, don't bother melting them. They're not going to buy them. Simple as. And if you're melting them, a source of selling them I found is on eBay, Etsy, websites like that will be happy to buy them. You have craftspeople, but again, don't expect to sell a lot of them. There's only a certain amount of people out there that'll be buying that sort of stuff, so don't be expecting to buy a lot of it. So, guys, as always, appreciate all the people that came in to the live. This was a short one. Usually I do an hour, but this sort of stuff, you don't need to see an hour of how this is done because it is straightforward. That's all I was doing, just to show what I do to clean up hard drives. So that's why it was a nice short, about a half an hour, just over half an hour of it. So again, anyone that isn't new to my channel, please do go and check out some more of my videos on YouTube. I will do a little short on knocking the center out on these for anyone that wants to check it out. And again, on TikTok, that video will be up there as well. It'll only be a 1 minute short showing how easy it is to knock the centers out of these on them. It's not very difficult. I find anyhow. Some of them now can be difficult, so I'm not going to say they're all that easy, but some of them just pop out very easily with a good belt of a hammer and a punch will knock them out. I've seen people cut them out, so they just cut across here and just cut it out. They're happy to do that. But again, the cost of the blade in doing that is another cost. It eats into any profit you're trying to make from the hard drives. So guys, appreciate everyone that's been in. I hope that James Brown got his problem solved there on TikTok. And we will see you on the next live, which is Sunday, where we'll have our usual chat with some more of the scrappers out there on the Sunday chat, scrap chat live. And just so everyone knows, going forward, the Sunday scrap chat live, we're going to try and keep it to scrap and metal and e-waste and all that sort of stuff, because sometimes they do go off on a lot of tangents, and lately we have gone off very easily on tangents. So I'm going to be a bit more strict on the way that the live will be done on Sunday nights. So it'll be more like talking about scrap, price of scrap, that sort of stuff. There will be a little bit of fun as well. We'll still have our little chats about other stuff, but we're going to try and keep it scrap related as best. So again, if you're planning on coming up on the lives, on the panel, I expect you to partake in scrap talking. If you're just going to come up and sit there and not talk or do anything, then I don't think you should bother coming up, people. I want people that want to come up and interact on the live and talk. So that's on the YouTube side. And I will also put the TikTok at the moment, because TikTok won't allow me to use StreamYards with it. I can't show the rest of the people up on the TikTok side. So till I get to 1,000 people on TikTok, won't be able to share that part of it on the TikTok. So guys, thanks for being in as you always. Appreciate you. If you haven't hit the like, please do, and stay safe, and we'll catch you on the next one. Bye bye, guys.